Question 1. What action should you take when you see this warning sign? A. Increase speed. B. Prepare for a sharp right turn. C. Exit the freeway. D. Yield to oncoming traffic. Answers is B. Prepare for a sharp right turn. This sign warns drivers of a dangerous curve to the right ahead. You should slow down and be prepared to steer through the curve safely. Question 2. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Steep ascent. B. Steep descent. C. Uneven road. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Steep descent. This sign warns of a steep descent. Drivers should reduce speed, possibly shift to a lower gear, and be prepared to use brakes carefully to maintain control. Question 3. What should you do if you encounter this sign? A. Accelerate quickly. B. Reduce speed and increase following distance. C. Stop immediately. D. Honk your horn. Answers is B. Reduce speed and increase following distance. This sign indicates a slippery road ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed, avoid sudden braking or steering, and allow for a greater following distance to prevent skidding. Question 4. When are you allowed to use your cell phone for texting while driving in California? A. When stopped at a red light. B. Only in an emergency situation. C. When using a hands-free device. D. Anytime if you're over 18. Answers is B. Only in an emergency situation. California law prohibits texting while driving, even at a stoplight. The only exception is for emergency situations, such as contacting law enforcement or emergency services. Question 5. What does this sign indicate to drivers? A. No traffic lights ahead. B. Traffic signal ahead. C. Pedestrian crossing. D. Yield to traffic. Answers is B. Traffic signal ahead. This sign warns drivers that there is a traffic light ahead. You should be prepared to stop or slow down depending on the signal indication. Question 6. What action is required when you see this sign? A. Yield to other traffic. B. Come to a complete stop. C. Slow down and merge. D. Proceed without stopping. Answers is B. Come to a complete stop. This is a stop sign. You must come to a complete stop behind the stop line, crosswalk, or before entering the intersection, and yield to all or pedestrians before proceeding safely. Question 7. What does this sign tell you about the road you are currently on? A. End of priority road. B. You are on a priority road. C. Yield to oncoming traffic. D. Merge ahead. Answers is B. You are on a priority road. This sign indicates that you are on a priority road, meaning you have the over traffic entering from side roads, unless otherwise by other signs or signals. Question 8. What is the proper action when merging onto a freeway? A. Stop and wait for a gap. B. Match speed of freeway traffic. C. Slow down before entering. D. Force your way into a gap. Answers is B. Match speed of freeway traffic. When merging onto a freeway, you should use the acceleration lane to match the speed of freeway traffic, look for a gap, and merge safely without interfering with existing traffic flow. Question 9. What does this prohibitory sign mean? A. One-way street. B. Do not enter. C. Yield to traffic. D. Parking prohibited. Answers is B. Do not enter. This do not enter sign indicates that you are not allowed to drive into the roadway or ramp where the sign is posted. It often marks the exit of a one-way street or freeway ramp. Question 10. What does this sign forbid? A. No right turn. B. No left turn. C. No U-turn. D. No parking. Answers is B. No left turn. This sign prohibits drivers from making a left turn at the intersection or location where it is posted. Drivers must choose an alternative route. Question 11. What does this sign indicate about vehicle maneuvers? A. No left turn. B. No U-turn. C. No right turn. D. No overtaking. Answers is B. No U-turn. This no sign prohibits drivers from making a U-turn at this location, usually due to safety concerns or traffic flow management. Question 12. In California, what is the maximum speed limit on most freeways? A. 55, B. 70, C. 65, D. 60. Answers is C. 65. The maximum speed limit on most California freeways is 65, although some rural freeways may have a 70 limit where posted. Always obey posted speed limits. Question 13. What does this sign prohibit? A. No stopping. B. No overtaking. C. No speeding. D. No heavy vehicles. Answers is B. No overtaking. This sign indicates no overtaking or no passing. You are prohibited from passing other vehicles in this zone, often due to limited visibility or other hazards. Question 14. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. No parking allowed. B. No stopping at any time. C. Parking for only. D. Loading zone only. Answers is B. No stopping at any time. This no stopping sign means you cannot stop your vehicle for any reason, not even to let off passengers or except to avoid conflict with other traffic or obeying a traffic officer. Question 15. What does this sign mean for parking? A. No stopping. B. No parking. C. Parking allowed. D. Loading zone. Answers is B. No parking. This no parking sign indicates that you are not allowed to park your vehicle in the area. You may stop briefly to pick up or drop off passengers or goods, but cannot leave your vehicle. Question 16. When is it legal to turn right on a red light in California? A. Always if no cars are coming. B. After a complete stop if no sign prohibits it. C. Only if there's a green arrow. D. Never, it's illegal. Answers is B. After a complete stop, if no sign prohibits it. In California, you may turn right on a red light after coming to a complete stop and yielding to all traffic and pedestrians, unless a sign explicitly prohibits the turn. Question 17. Which direction are you required to proceed when you see this sign? A. Turn right. B. Proceed straight. C. Turn left. D. U-turn. Answers is B. Proceed straight. This proceed straight sign indicates that drivers must continue straight ahead and are not permitted to turn left or right at the intersection or point where the sign is placed. Question 18. What action is mandatory when you see this sign? A. Proceed straight. B. Turn right. C. Turn left. D. U-turn. Answers is B. Turn right. This sign indicates that vehicles must turn right. It is a mandatory directional sign, requiring drivers to follow the arrow's direction. Question 19. What does this sign mean for traffic flow? A. Stop ahead. B. Roundabout ahead. C. Yield ahead. D. One-way street. Answers is B. Roundabout ahead. This sign indicates that you are approaching a roundabout or circular intersection. You must yield to traffic already in the roundabout and enter when there is a safe gap. Question 20. You are driving on a freeway and need to exit. When should you signal? A. Just as you reach the exit. B. About 5 seconds before the exit. C. After you have already started turning. D. Only if other cars are nearby. Answers is B. About 5 seconds before the exit. It is important to signal well in advance when exiting a freeway, typically for about 5 seconds, to give other drivers ample warning of your intentions. Question 21. What type of road is by this sign? A. Main street. B. C. Residential street. D. Service road. Answers is B. This sign marks the beginning of a motorway or expressway, indicating a high-speed highway designed for through traffic. Question 22. What does this sign signify regarding the road you are on? A. Two-way traffic. B. One-way road. C. Divided highway. D. Merge ahead. Answers is B. One-way road. This one-way road sign indicates that traffic flows in only one direction on the street or highway ahead. Drivers must follow the direction of traffic. Question 23. What does this sign mean for traffic flow at the intersection? A. No U-turn allowed. B. U-turn permitted here. C. Turn left only. D. Right turn only. Answers is B. U-turn permitted here. This sign indicates a place for it that U-turns are permitted at this specific location, unlike where U-turns might otherwise be prohibited. Question 24. When parallel parking on a level street, how far can your wheels be from the curb? A. 18 inches. B. 18 inches or less. C. 2 feet. D. No more than 3 feet. Answers is B. 18 inches or less. When parallel parking in California, your vehicle's wheels must be within 18 inches of the curb. Parking further away can result in a ticket. Question 25. What does this sign mean for residential areas? A. Speed limit 50. B. Beginning of a residential area. C. End of residential area. D. No pedestrians. Answers is B. Beginning of a residential area. This sign indicates the beginning of a residential area, often implying speed limits and increased caution for pedestrians and children playing. Question 26. What is by this sign for pedestrians? A. No pedestrians. B. Pedestrian crossing ahead. C. Pedestrian path. D. Underground crossing. Answers is B, pedestrian crossing ahead. This sign warns drivers of a pedestrian crossing ahead. Drivers should be prepared to slow down and stop for pedestrians in the crosswalk. Question 27. What does this sign mark as a service? A, hospital, B, first aid post, C, emergency phone, D, gas station. Answers is B, first aid post. This service sign indicates a first aid post, informing drivers that medical assistance is available nearby for. Question 28. What is the recommended following distance under normal driving conditions in California? A, 1 car length, B, rule, C, rules, D, rule. Answers is B, rule. The California Driver Handbook recommends using the rule to maintain a safe following distance under normal conditions. Increase this distance in adverse conditions. Question 29. What does this sign indicate as ahead? A, first aid, B, hospital, C, pharmacy, D, clinic. Answers is B, hospital. This service sign indicates a hospital is ahead. Drivers should be aware of possible emergency vehicles and be prepared to yield. Question 30. What does this information plate specify? A, speed limit, B, distance to object ahead, C, turn ahead, D, lane ends. Answers is B, distance to object ahead. This additional information plate indicates the distance to the object or condition that the main sign refers to. In this case, 300 meters straight ahead. Question 31. What does this sign indicate about the priority road? A, priority road ends, B, direction of priority road at intersection, C, yield to priority road, D, merge into priority road. Answers is B, direction of priority road at intersection. This sign, used with a yield or stop sign, shows the configuration of the intersection and which roads are part of the priority road, helping drivers understand. Question 32. What is the meaning of a flashing red traffic light? A, slow down and proceed, B, stop, then proceed when safe, C, yield to cross traffic, D, stop and wait for green. Answers is B, stop, then proceed when safe. A flashing red light means you must stop completely before the intersection, and then proceed only when it is safe and clear of all, similar to a stop sign. Question 33. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A, smooth road, B, uneven road, C, speed bump, D, slippery when wet. Answers is B, uneven road. This sign warns of an uneven road surface ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed to maintain control and avoid damage to their vehicle. Question 34. What should you be aware of with this sign? A, school zone, B, pedestrian crossing ahead, C, children at play, D, no pedestrians. Answers is B, pedestrian crossing ahead. This sign warns drivers that there is a marked pedestrian crossing ahead. Drivers must be prepared to stop for pedestrians in the crosswalk. Question 35. What does this sign indicate regarding children? A, no children allowed, B, children playing or crossing ahead, C, school bus stop, D, park entrance. Answers is B, children playing or crossing ahead. This children warning sign is typically placed near schools, playgrounds, or residential areas, indicating that children may be present near or crossing the road. Drive with extra caution. Question 36. When are you required to stop for a school bus in California? A, only if you are behind it. B, when its red lights flash and stop arm extends. C, never if on a divided highway. D, only if children are visible. Answers is B, when its red lights flash and stop arm extends. You must stop for a school bus when its red lights are flashing and its stop arm is extended, regardless of your direction of travel, unless you are on a divided highway with an unpaved median. Question 37. What does this sign warn about regarding animals? A, farm animals ahead. B, wild animals crossing ahead. C, zoo entrance. D, pet rest area. Answers is B, wild animals crossing ahead. This sign warns drivers of the possibility of wild animals crossing the road. Drivers should be alert, especially during dawn and dusk, and be prepared to brake or swerve if necessary. Question 38. What does this sign signify about road conditions? A, new road surface. B, road work ahead. C, end of construction. D, detour ahead. Answers is B, road work ahead. This road work sign warns drivers of construction or maintenance ahead. Expect lane closures, slower speeds, and potentially workers or equipment on the road. Drive with caution. Question 39. What does this sign require you to do regarding oncoming traffic? A, you have priority. B, yield to oncoming traffic. C, one-way traffic. D, two-way traffic. Answers is B, yield to oncoming traffic. This sign indicates that you must yield to oncoming traffic. It is typically found on narrow bridges or road sections where only one vehicle can pass at a time. Question 40. What should you do if your vehicle starts to hydroplane? A, brake hard. B, ease off the gas and steer straight. C, turn the steering wheel sharply. D, accelerate to gain traction. Answers is B, ease off the gas and steer straight. If your vehicle hydroplanes, ease off the accelerator, keep the steering wheel straight, and avoid braking suddenly. Allow the vehicle to slow down and regain traction naturally. Question 41. What does this sign prohibit for certain vehicles? A, no bicycles. B, no entry for motor vehicles. C, no pedestrians. D, no parking. Answers is B, no entry for motor vehicles. This sign prohibits the entry of all motor vehicles into the area beyond the sign. It is usually found where specific restrictions are in place. Question 42. What specific action is prohibited by this sign? A, no stopping. B, no sounding of horns. C, no loud music. D, quiet zone. Answers is B, no sounding of horn. This sign indicates no sounding of horn. It is typically posted in areas like hospitals, residential zones, or quiet zones where horn use is restricted unless necessary for safety. Question 43. What does this mandatory sign instruct drivers to do? A, turn right only. B, proceed straight or turn left. C, U-turn allowed. D, turn right or left. Answers is B. Proceed straight or turn left. This sign indicates that drivers must either proceed straight ahead or turn left. These are the only allowed movements from the lane or intersection where the sign is posted. Question 44. What is the basic speed law in California? A. Always drive the posted speed limit. B. Never drive faster than is safe for current conditions. C. Drive as fast as other traffic. D. Always drive 25 in residential areas. Answers is B. Never drive faster than is safe for current conditions. The basic speed law states that you must never drive faster than is safe for current conditions, regardless of the posted speed limit. Consider weather, visibility, and traffic. Question 45. What does this sign mean for cyclists? A. No bicycles. B. Mandatory cycle track. C. Bicycle parking. D. Merge with traffic. Answers is B. Mandatory cycle track. This sign designates a mandatory cycle track, meaning cyclists must use this path, and it is typically prohibited for motor vehicles. It ensures a dedicated space for bicycles. Question 46. What does this sign indicate about the end of A road feature? A. Beginning of motorway. B. End of C. Road closed. D. Toll road ahead. Answers is B. End of. This sign indicates the end of motorway or expressway. Drivers should be aware that the high-speed conditions are ending and traffic rules may change. Question 47. What does this sign warn about A road feature? A. Bicycle lane. B. Road with a lane for public transport. C. Toll road. D. Lane. Answers is B. Road with a lane for public transport. This sign indicates a road ahead that has a dedicated lane for public transport vehicles. E.g., buses. Drivers should be aware of these lanes and yield to public transport as necessary. Question 48. What must you do if you are involved in an accident with property damage only? A. Leave a note and drive away. B. Report to within 10 days if damage is over $1,000. C. Only contact your insurance company. D. Call 911 immediately for minor damage. Answers is B. Report to within 10 days if damage is over $1,000. In California, if you are involved in an accident with property damage exceeding $1,000 or any, you must report it to the within 10 days using form, even if you weren't at fault. Question 49. What does this warning sign indicate about cyclists? A. Bicycle lane ahead. B. Cyclists entering or leaving roadway. C. No bicycles. D. Bicycle parking. Answers is B. Cyclists entering or leaving road. This sign warns drivers that cyclists may be entering or leaving the roadway, often near bike paths, parks, or intersections. Drive with caution and be prepared to yield to cyclists. Question 50. What does this sign specify about parking methods? A. No parking. B. Parking parallel to the curb. C. Perpendicular parking. D. Parking on the pavement. Answers is B. Parking parallel to the curb. This supplementary plate indicates the permitted method of parking. It shows that vehicles should be parked parallel to the edge of the carriageway or curb.